driving.
What's up, everyone? Welcome into Twin Cities Sports Talk. It's just me today, and we are going to be going through a very short episode. Honestly, one of the best days in sports in a long time. We got so much action today, and we're going to be going through predictions for me throughout the whole thing, and we're going to be going over Trevor and my predictions from yesterday's game and the day before that, I think it was. So before we start all of that, we got to get through our sponsor, Athletes Edge Performance Consulting, with Jen Prouty. She is a mental performance consultant based in Brookton, South Dakota, who works with competitive and elite athletes across a variety of sports. She helps athletes strengthen the mental side of their performance by developing skills like confidence, focus, emotional control, and consistency under pressure. She works with all of them, athletes, teams, coaches, both locally and nationwide. And to contact her, here's her phone number, her socials below, and her website, athletesedgepc.com, to get in contact with Jen Prouty. And while you go over there, tell her we sent you at Twin Cities Sports Talk. She would love to know that. So thank you for sponsoring Jen. All right, people, we got 6 different events today that include Minnesota sports, include a national perspective. One of them is not a game, but first, for any golf fans out there, it's Sunday. It's the final day of the Players' Championship, and I'm having a lot of fun watching that. So I've been keeping up heavily with all of the tournaments in the PGA Tour so far this year. It's been very fun to watch, but this Players one, Ludwig Oberg, looking like he's going to take that 3 shots up to start the day. So we'll keep I'm going to start watching that right after I get done recording this, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. And then if we're talking Minnesota sports, Twins have a spring training game that I'm going to be watching. Wolves, OKC, noon today. That's going to be a heck of a game. 2 of the best teams in the West, and a spot where the Wolves need to kind of prove themselves and kind of come out of this shell over the past week and a half or two. Actually, the Wolves were rated the 29th team over the past week and a half of the NBA so far. Points, defensive rating, everything you want to quantify for that. Wolves were 29th in the league and everything. It was a horrible display of basketball. It's the easiest way to say it right there. All right, and then the Wild play back-to-back days. Although Michael Russo was reporting yesterday, everyone knows in Minnesota we're getting a whole heap of snow right now. I mean, a ton of snow. They were questioning the Maple Leafs' ability to fly down today for this game. So Toronto's in town, hopefully. But either way, I think they pushed that game back. I think it was supposed to be earlier, and I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 o'clock game. Now it's 6:30, so I'm thinking the game will be on. And I hope so, because I'm going to make a prediction on it. And if it gets canceled, I'm not going to be too happy about that. But other than that, March Madness selection show today. If anyone knows me, is close to me, they know March Madness is one of my favorite times of the year. It should be for everyone. It's just nonstop basketball all day, all night. It's perfect. That is today's selection show, where we see each team get ranked. And then to wrap it all up, a fantastic USA baseball game today in the World Baseball Classic. Paul Skeens versus Luis Severino in the Dominican Republic. It's going to be a heck of a day of sports, and I could not be more excited for it. I mean, I struggled sleeping last night. I've been way too excited for this day. So much stuff. From noon, it's kind of like it brings me back to college football season, where 11 o'clock, all the college football games start, and you are sitting there till 11 o'clock at night on your butt watching. That is exactly how today's going to go. And like I said, it's going to be amazing. First off, though, Trevor and I made predictions on the Wolves-Warriors game and the US-Canada game that happened last night. Here's the thing, pretty similar, both of us again. We both said the Wolves would beat the Warriors and the US would beat the Canadians. So, Canada, you got to get us in one sport, but hockey, no. Baseball, no. Basketball, no. Back to the Olympics in 2024 there. All right, here's where it went a little wrong. Our player predictions, both of us had a very, very tough break, a bad beat here. I said Pat Spencer on the Warriors would have a steal, plus 8 points in the game. He had 1 steal, so that's correct, but he had 7 points. Horrible bad beat for me today. And I said the US would have a home run in the first 2 innings, and I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure they didn't. I got to watch from the 4th inning on last night, so I don't think they did. But here is Trevor. Trevor was kind of going with a, I guess, mocking Draymond Green prediction here, saying Draymond good at Tech. No. Harper, and actually Draymond, he got scratched, so that wasn't even. I don't think he played. So that went even worse for Trev than he could have expected. But his bad beat, Bryce Harper in his first at bat last night. I think it was probably 2 or 3 feet from going over dead center. He smoked it, but just missed it. Very bad beat for Trev. But now here's the standings on the right. I'm 73 and 49 with 42 points. Trevor, 37 and 31 with 28 points. If people remember, I had someone DM that Trevor's really making a comeback here, and he has slowed down a little bit, but yeah, he is. He was at about 14 points like 2 weeks ago. He nailed a basketball prediction, score prediction, and he nailed an NHL score prediction or hockey. So that was a big swing. Now he's only 14 points behind when he was originally like 30. So good job, Trev. Keep it up. There's our predictions for the last few games. And honestly, while I'm in there, I guess we can just go straight to predictions for today. Just like I said, I'm going to be the one making predictions. I didn't update this right here. It is Wolves at the Thunder, I think. I think it's in OKC, if I'm not mistaken. Then Leafs versus Wild, and then USA versus the Dominican. So, yeah, I'm pretty dang excited. If people can't tell, I've already talked about it enough as I'm trying to fit this into our screen here. A lot of games going on today. Let's get this fitted here. Yeah. Either way, people, I'm gonna be making predictions, and I'll just start right away. Wolves, OKC in about 10 minutes from when I'm recording right now. Wolves coming off a win against a Steph Curry-less Warriors team. Draymond Green, that Warriors team has no depth. Before that, the Wolves were on a 3-game losing streak, not playing good basketball. We just had a video with special guest Ebby, who knows basketball like the back of his hand. He was talking some Wolves basketball with us and what they can fix. And you guys should go watch that video. Very educational for people who haven't been watching the Wolves at any time, really. But today, it's OKC. OKC's been playing well. I mean, they've just been playing well all year, but right now they're hitting their stride, playoff push. The West is a mess for that 3rd seed right now. I just don't think the Wolves can pull it off today. I think that they've played well. They've played well against OKC all year, really. I think they're 2-1 against them. But I have the Wolves losing today 123 to 116. I think it'll be a close game, but I think OKC will I think they'll just pull away. That's the feeling I'm getting in this game. My player prediction, Rudy has had a great year on defense. I have a glaring feeling that Rudy will foul out this game. I mean, here's the thing. OKC, they move the ball around. They move the ball around into the paint. And Isaiah Hartenstein, phenomenal player. But Rudy, he gets a bit flustered. He did in the Western Conference Finals. Sometimes when we play OKC, he can get a bit flustered. I have Rudy fouling out tonight. It's not a very likely prediction there, but that's just what I got. And I have a weird feeling about that. So there you go. I got the Wolves losing today. So, I mean, comments. But yeah. All right. Back to the team that is also coming off a loss where we cannot win against these bad teams in the NHL. The Wild lose to the worst team in the Metropolitan, the New York Rangers, and they're not a terrible team. They have Trocheck. They have a bunch of players, and they have one of the best goalies in the league, Igor Shesterkin, and he really showed why his title is one of the best goalies in the league. Shesterkin was phenomenal. I don't know how the Wild didn't score, and yeah, we can blame it on the refs. Okay, Trevor and I were going to make a reaction video to that game, but we just ultimately decided not to. So here's my little rant on it. Igor Shesterkin sticks his little butt out. Eriksson runs into him. We get called for penalty, and then a whole scrum ensues. Igor Shesterkin hits the deck, so all four Rangers players on the ice, they all hound. They go straight for Eriksson and the whole pile. Boldy's in there, Zuccarello, Hartman, everyone's in there. Kaprizov. How on God's green earth did the Rangers only have one guy, I forget who it was, go to the penalty box? But then Boldy and Zuccarello, I understand he was one of the main agitators there, but Boldy, he came in late, and I know he jumped on the pile, but everyone jumped on the pile. Everyone was in there. How does Boldy get thrown out? And Zuccarello? That's Bush League. That's horrible. I don't understand it. And first of all, it should have been a penalty on Igor Shesterkin for even initiating the hit from Eriksson Ek. Either way, we can blame the refs there, but the Wild had Shesterkin like on his butt like 4 other times trying to make these incredible saves, which he did. But the Wild, they messed it up. They lost that game. But I mean, I'm talking a lot of crap, but the Wild outplayed the Rangers. They just got unlucky. Shesterkin made some insanely lucky saves, and the Wild couldn't find an opening when there was just too much traffic in front of the net. So it's unfortunate. It really is, but you got to move past it. And I think the Wild will pick up, if the game is played today, I think the Wild will pick up a much needed win. Because if I want to look right now at the central standings here, it's not getting any better here. So the Wild are now 6 points, and this is getting, oh man, Dallas is only 3 points behind the Avs. So they're closing that gap there, and now they are pulling away from us. And now it is a 6-point gap between us and the Stars. The Stars went on like an 11-game winning streak. They lost 1, and now they've won 4 again. This isn't looking good. It's looking like we're playing our first 2 playoff games in Dallas. It sucks. It really does. But it's just going to be how it has to be here. And the Dallas and Avs have played less games than us, which we've noted on the show before. This would be a much needed win today. But the good thing is the Wild have a pretty dang tough schedule remaining, and the Wild are the best team in the league against playoff teams. They showed it on the broadcast during the game, and I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so okay, this is even better. So versus division top 3s, like teams that are top 3 in their division, the Wild are 17-5-3. That's number 1 in the NHL. Versus playoff teams, 27-6. So 20 wins and then 7-6. That's 3rd in the league. Against non-playoff teams, they're 18-9-6, which is 13th in the league. Man, if they could have, like, all year, there's been these bad losses. If they could have been winning those games, they would be right at the Avs standard. They would be probably first in the division, but that's what the Avs do, and that's what the Stars do. They don't lose against these bad teams. They lose good games against good teams sometimes. But positivity is going into the playoffs here, you don't play non-playoff teams. So that is a positive. Like I said, I got the Wild winning today. I think the offense is ready for a prime, and you can never tell how Toronto's goaltending or defensive strategy game plan is going to be. I have the Wild kind of erupting today. 5-2 win. I think that just a sour, very physical game against the Rangers. I think they're going to be coming out fast, strong, and aggressive. And really take it to them here, because there was so many times where they could have scored in the last 5 minutes against the Rangers, but they just failed to. It sucked. And what I'll say here is Matt Boldy is playing the best hockey of his life. Obviously, he's one of the best wingers in the NHL now. Just undoubtedly, he is. Boldy will have 3 points tonight. I hate how it auto corrects each time. 3+ points for Bolds. It is incredible to watch him play hockey right now. I mean, that goal against the Rangers, shot it through the dude's legs and shelved it. It was awesome. All right, there's your Wild talk. Now, maybe the game I'm most excited for today The Dominican Republic's lineup and just whole team is pretty close or maybe even better than the US team. I'm going to look it up as we speak. Republic roster, WBC. This is going to be a better game. Well, that Japan game for the championship, it was obviously pretty dang good. But this game I think is gonna like exceed that it by a little bit of a margin. So catching, it's obviously Austin Wells, and then Junior Camarino, Manny Machado, Vladdy Guerrero, Ketel Marte, Carlos Santana, Ahmed Rosario, and then the outfielders O'Neal Cruz, Juan Soto, Julio, and Fernando Tatis. This team is better than the U.S. It is, and I cannot wait. It's going to be such a good game. Their pitching is no different here. Luis Severino starting tonight, Gregory Soto, Christopher Sanchez. I know they have Camilo Doval there too, Brian Bello, and Sandy Alcantara. Absolutely stacked roster, and it's better than the US's. It really is. Now, here is the deal. Here's the deal. Like I said, Paul Skeens. I think there's a 95 number of pitches pitch limit here. Paul Skeens, Luis Severino. Paul Skeens is the second best pitcher, maybe the first. We can have that argument. I think Tarek's better. Whatever. People argue with the wall. It's 1-2, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to call it. I think Paul Skeens is going to show that he should be the best pitcher in the MLB, undoubtedly. I have the U.S. winning. This is tough for a score, though. I think the U.S. can put up some runs against Severino. I think it'll be 6-4. I think after Skeens comes out, that's where the Dominicans can really get their bats going, get the sticks popping a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit of a parlay. I want to make something hit here. I'm going to go Skeens will have 5+ strikeouts, which, yeah, it might not seem like a lot, but I'm also going to pair it with, there isn't a lineup, I don't think. I'm going to look up USA lineup versus Dominican Republic, because I want to make a Byron Buxton prediction, but I just don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup or not. They've kind of been sticking to the PCA, but rightfully so. Buck hasn't hit well at the plate really at all. But all right, I guess not. So I will say this: the U.S. will record. The U.S. will record 8+ hits, which I get it. Again, it doesn't seem like a lot. But just against just their last game against Canada, they only recorded 8. I'm pretty sure against Italy they only recorded like 6. The US bats have just not been there, and I'm just kind of speaking into existence that they'll kind of come out of their shell and kind of just take it. I just yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, but I think that's good for a second parlay. And yeah, Skeens 5 strikeouts. That might be a little bit of an easy layup, kind of a win either way too. But I just read to you guys these lineup. It's all-star after all-star after all-star for the Dominican. It's an insane team here. But all right, people, there's your predictions. Insane day of sports here. Have fun watching the March Madness selection show. Finishing the players up. Ludwig, you're probably going to win it, and I kind of hope you do. If we did make predictions, I'd have him pulling through here. He's playing some amazing golf. All right. That's all I got you guys here for today. Zebby Matthews on the mound for the Twins in the spring training. This is a big start for him, too. I should talk about that because Mick Abel has been fantastic all throughout spring. Mick Abel just let up his first run 2 days ago against the Blue Jays, I think. And then, yeah, he let up a home run to Dalton Varsho in the first inning, I'm pretty sure. And then the second inning, he struck out the side. So he comes back stronger. His velocity's up. Zebby, if you don't want to lose your 5th starting spot, today better be a dominant day. like a very dominant day for the Twins. But all right, people. There's your predictions. There's your wrap on this amazing day of sports that we have here. It's rare, not in football season, to have a day with this many sports, this many different things going on. But I'm excited. People have fun. Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Twin City Sports Talk. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.